the big bucks.
Yeah, you know, I really don't know who's going to win this matchup. Dignitas have played extremely well. Conquest have obviously gotten themselves this far. And to be honest, I'm more impressed with Conquest than I have been with Liquid at this event, who should have been a favorite. I talked to Hiko, he said they were supremely confident versus them. But it was Conquest who were the ones playing fearlessly versus teams that they should have lost to. So if they can keep that confidence up, then we might see some explosive rounds. And I think this is going to be an exciting game no matter what. I see it being 2-1 at the end of the day.
Yeah, it seemed to be the consensus on the desk as well. Into the pistol round right now, and it's just the terrorist. The Glock train up long. Daps for the opening frag. He's going to bring down Pimp. MSL is hot on their heels. Nap's going to fall to AZ. It's a 3-on-3. Kirby with a very nice shot. That's going to bring down Rush. Daps fighting with MSL. He will lose that battle. MSL, too strong. Stanislaw, great position and great patience right now in behind. Kirby hits the shot. Ooh. Hits another one over the ledge. That's why they call it the headshot ledge. AZ is down. Glock versus, oh man, Stanislaw getting another crowd on their feet in round number 1.
What was that? The patience. The 1v3 after all those insane shots from Dignitas. Can you believe GG is called? That's it. Let's wrap it up, boys. That was pretty unreal. And Stan is just the player that I've heard from his former teammates call him the best caller, the best entry fragger, the best lurker, the best clutcher. And we saw all those in that moment.
Yeah, definitely. That certainly came together. We got the MAC-10, P90, and those 2 rifles. Stan going to open up this round as well. Rush coming in behind him. Tensky at the rock with the CZ is good for 1. Does some damage. Will fall though to Daps. Pimp and MSL left with the Deagles. The Deagles have been a strong force today, but I don't think it's going to win that 1v4.
Hey, you can't put it past Dignitas. The crowd knows to win those eco rounds because we saw them eco pretty much every team that they played after the pistol round with 3 or 4 1-Deags per round. I mean, they're very handy with those. And for Conquest to group up for Long B, hit it together, and trade out, only losing a single man, I think is a big feat. So now they're going to move into this round, and it's just going to be a total farm round here. Only pistols in the hands of Dignitas.
Yeah, saving their money, the full eco. And I like that they've gone for the stack. Let's see if maybe they'll walk into that. And it is 2-0 for Conquest right now. The top is flip-flopped. We'll get that fixed here in just a moment. But Conquest has found it. They've found the empty site. They're going to plant that bomb. And, of course, Dignitas going to do their best to just set up, try to get those exits. I mean, really only the AK and the Galil are the important weapons here. I guess you don't want to have to buy your armor and nades. Oh, man, Kirby, he gets laid out.
Any damage they can do is valuable, and it seems like Conquest are doing a great job of mitigating that. So right now, that 4-1 long B seems like the correct call. They got on the site. Dignitas tried to play those mind games, and we saw them reading vertical really well in their eco rounds, choosing the right sites to sack, and they just couldn't do it. So here we have Conquest off to a good lead mentally. Dropping an extra player with the bomb, and every kill is just so much hype right now.
Well, Thorin said they'd be quiet at the end of this match. Let's see if it's true. They're very loud right now. The Doritos in the shot again. I like it. He even got that bag signed by a lot of the players. That's pretty next level. And here it is, Conquest now with their 3-0 and the confidence they keep on some of these submachine guns.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, okay, so there's a full rifle round out. Daps is a P90. Stanislaw has only his UMP. And it looks like they're going towards A. These are the longer angles. This is certainly like the less likely site to be taken, but there are 3 players over towards B for Dignitas, and that means A is slightly fortified. It will be difficult. They will have to get quite a few kills here just to get a bomb down, and Stanislaw is going to be coming late drop most likely to catch a rotator, but it's up to his teammates to get the kills.
Yeah, if his lurk is going to be successful, it's going to have to come on the back of the Conquest actually doing something here in the A site, getting some frags, forcing those rotations from the players at B. And Daps has been spotted. He's taken some damage. He's actually the one person coming up the CT slope. The other 3 going out long A. And Pimp with that A1S finds the first frag. Rush was able to take down MSL. 3-on-3 right now in round 4. It's just the rifles up for Conquest and the bomb having been planted again. Tensky jumping off the balcony. Kirby will bring down Nav. Tensky continuing to move forward, getting frags. It's down to Daps now, who will fall to AZ. And the bomb to be defused. Dignitas get the first rifle, but we know Conquest will have a full buy coming in
Yeah,
this next round.
I actually heard a little bit of a Dignitas fan section too, and I thought they were non-existent, but it looks like we've got support for both teams here. Late night at CEVO.
It is.
This is when we expected the matches to be over, and we have the beginning of what could be the best series of the night. And yeah, Conquest do have those 3 rounds, but they can't rest easy. They did a lot of good jobs versus the Ecos, and Dignitas with a strong 94%.
So those are reversed in-house.
Yeah.
But community at large on the internet, as Dignitas with 94%, Conquest with 6. We'll see how that changes because, as Richard pointed out, it's very fickle, the people taking part in these polls.
Fans be fickle, bro.
Yeah. So the op here on Shazam. MSL playing. MSL was a really standout player for me on this map, playing in that danger position, playing the A site a bit more aggressive, but still by himself most of the time and doing a lot of work. So we'll see how, we'll check in with him when he gets tested at the A site.
Yeah, he's playing long, just like Shox was playing. On the T side, we saw him hit ridiculous entries. He's definitely been a standout player for me. I mean, for both of us, I'm sure. You were definitely pointing him out as one person who may not have gotten enough credit, and he is calling on top of that, so not one to be taken lightly. Intensky in the draw, trading 1 for 1.
Kirby there saving and pushes in from the secondary room. MSL gets 1 over at A, has also spotted the bomb, so that'll at least tell his teammates what they need to do. Can Shazam even this up? Can he find an opening onto the A site to get it to the 2-on-2? I have a feeling Dignitas will know better. Shazam still up. You got to expect the op. Why even give peeks? You got a man on the site, and the smoke will go down. Should complicate matters here for Conquest as they continue to move forward. Shazam, oh, missing the shot. That could have been it. 20 seconds now on the clock. It's going to be Dap's turn, and taken down from the man in sight. He was close to spotting Pimp, but not close enough. Kirby gets Shazam, and Dignitas now with 2 in a row.
Yeah, solid round for Dignitas, and as long as they can play their 2-3 setup, they'll be strong at both sides. So the thing is that Conquest tested B in the early round, and it seems like they won it in the early rounds and want to try to keep them honest by going for the full A's at some point. And right now, I think if they were able to see the minimap like we would, B would be the weaker site to hit. Even though there's 3 people there, it actually takes up to 4 people sometimes to hold it. And Conquest on their last limbs in terms of economy, using all of their hard-earned money to buy up one last time on this round, will be posturing towards B and this long B smoke.
Yeah, so Pimp pulling out the op here for Dignitas. He'll be playing the connector door towards A, but the quick rotator into B. AZ up on the tree right now, good position. We'll definitely want to get a frag from here, and Conquest hasn't thrown anything up here, a smoke or a Molotov to deal with it. So AZ finds one, but Rush and Stanislaw opening up the B site. Player coming out of a drop as well. Kirby completely pinned against that rock. He'll go down. Pimp now smoked off on his rotation over, and MSL, he's gone on the flank. Might be able to get one through the box. You can see Rush very, very low. I'm not sure if MSL knows this or not. It seems like he does, keeping the crosshair placed. Nice headshot onto Naf. They've got it to a 2-on-2 right now. Stan on 12 HP, playing very close though. Daps has got a frag, and it's into the 1-on-1. No kit for MSL. I'm not sure if there's one down on the way. Daps just playing that time. Eats out, finds the shot. Conquest with 4 rounds. And the crowd is hyped.
The crowd is hyped. Great timing on that peak. That was such a close round from Dignitas. Nafly, honestly, I think put his team in jeopardy with that peak, trying to trade out long B, when instead he could have just waited and forced a player to jump out. And unfortunately for Dignitas, I think had a very big advantage in that 1v1. MSL actually had quite a bit of utility, a smoke, flash, and a flash. Didn't use any of them, and ended up costing them the round. But good on Conquest for honestly getting those entries, because those 2 quick ones were insane. Our player at tree, I think it was
AZ.
It was AZ up on tree. He could have easily got that second kill, yeah. But Rush and Naf hitting 2 insane entries so quickly, they gave him no chance.
All right, so a little bit of a buy-in here by Dignitas. We got the MP9 and just the CZ with Kevlar on it. Kirby. See what they can do with that. Naf is just on a deagle with some nades. Shazam has his op, and they're playing it slow, trying to figure out exactly where these CTs are. If they haven't stacked somewhere, I'm sure Conquest knows that they've done enough. Let's look actually at those 2 previous rounds.
The round's been opened up, and we actually have like a kind of a 2-man lurk trying to sell some sort of a fake to cause some rotates, and you can really easily do that versus eco or saving or forcing players, because they need more of a man advantage at the site that's being taken. to try and win the round. So they're going to gamble stack quite often. And here we have, wow, what looks like almost 2 kills, but that's going to allow the B side to be taken. Everything falls into place.
Oh, and MSL is in a very powerful spot right now. Oh, takes the shots. 2 headshots from MSL equals a kill. Still going to be tough for them. They're making a bit costly. MSL might even just decide to save this AK.
They absolutely should. I mean, they're going to be buying next round no matter what, but this is only going to help them quite a lot. MSL actually pretty aggressive right now. I mean, they seem confident that they can do this. They actually brought it to a 2v2, and MSL goes down. So do the hopes of Dignitas in this round, I'm sure.
Yeah, AZ still going to keep going, try to just warm up this Deagle. Could be an important weapon. Actually tagged through the box. Ooh. Nice shot on the rush.
Whoa.
Working for his 3rd kill of the round here. But as he jumps up, the Tech-9 comes out. Fight pistols with pistols. Shazam survives, keeps that up. The Conquest now with 5 on the T side here of Kabul.
I think it was definitely a good idea. Now we are moving into this round. That was a 1v1. Again, a lot of these rounds are coming really close. I mean, that's got to be worrisome for Conquest, who I feel like have a strong lead going down into planting the bomb. Sometimes their players are low, but then they also are getting pretty aggressive. And I think it's that no-respect play that's gotten them this far in the first place. And maybe that's a good habit, but at the same time, they can take it maybe a little bit easier versus Dignitas in the sense that when they do have that lead in the round.
Wow, AZ was extremely blind, and Stan, the one player with the submachine gun, the UMP coming into this rifle round, gets 2 kills. Nap with a 3rd on the board for Conquest, and that sends Pimp and MSL just running away to safety. It's a big map. There's a lot of safe places on Kabul.
I played a 10-man versus Stanislaw the other day, and he bought a UMP, jumped out of Inferno balcony. I was on the balcony, hit me in the head in the air, and then fell in a pit and killed my teammate in pit with the same UMP. And it's like, I think he just bought this on a rifle round because he is so insane with it.
Yeah, it's got that high armor pen, so if there's one that you want, I mean, the UMP is going to be it, and it's certainly cheaper than the P90, so. It's not the worst purchase, especially he's been coming through drop a lot with that.
Yeah, he is kind of low, and well, they only lose that. So that is the other benefit of buying up an SMG or a Tech-9.
And he got $1,200. I mean, that gun paid for itself.
Yeah, you get a lot of money. You can afford yourself some more utility. And Conquest, man, off to a great start. 6-2 right now. Dignitas have to make a decision here, and they did save those 2 guns. I mean, forcing up behind an op is not unheard of, even if it means only pistols. But it looks like they're just going to let Pimp use the op. MSL is going to hang on to his M4, and the rest of them are going to use their standard pistols, no half armor or anything.
Shazam posting up really far out in T middle, hoping for some aggression at long A from these CTs who, you know, very well could be pushing, doing something cheeky on a round like this where the economy is low. And where have the 2 rifles gone? We've got Pimp in the B site, and MSL just going to be the solo man on A with his M4A4, and he does have some utility.
Yeah, now we have that 4B set up again. Dignitas, however, are going to be susceptible to rotates one more time. I think Conquest are going to play this as if Dignitas are force buying behind this op. They know something was saved. They know a couple guns were saved here, so I assume they won't take it lightly. But causing rotations is like what they like to do. This is the perfect round to do it. Now we actually have 4 towards A. Stanislaw, I think, keeping them honest a little bit, though. He's not making much noise at all. Tensy's about to face a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, he's eating at the buffet in KFC all by himself right now. The terrorists are lining up outside, even planting the bomb. Hasn't been checked yet. They find him out. So Tensky's down, and it's just Dignitas setting up some crossfires. And I'm sure Pimp and MSL at this point are already thinking, all right, we're just going to save these guns again. They're going to be antiques going into the next round, but that's not what really matters. We just need these weaponry. We need to try to do all we can to save this money. Yep. Or should I say save that money?
Yeah, they're postured pretty aggressively right now, but it's mainly the pistols that are doing it. I mean, they want to recycle these guns one more time. Economy is still very important since it's so early in the half. And AZ's not going to find any competition. Might actually just die here at the bomb. There goes just a P250, but another round on the board for Conquest. They managed to avoid getting eco'd every single time, and we've seen
so many pistol rounds.
Yeah, we've seen so many pistol ecos, force-ups that have worked, especially from Dignitas, you know, just from the VP match alone. So, no small feat.
Yep.
Now we have an op for an op here.
Yeah, well, we get to see a battle for once. I think Shazam, he's been content to just sit outside very far back into middle and hope someone that pushes. That's a lot of times a very easy frag that the Terrors can just start a round off with. MSL on the other side of the smoke and danger is going to try to flash through. I think with them throwing their own nades, getting flashed back, might not have heard that. So MSL's worked himself into a beautiful position. He's firing the very loud M4A4 though, so Stan knows exactly where he is. Tensky only able to get one, so Conquest, they work into the site and they have the 3-on-2 advantage right now, even able to cross. But Pimp, he's brought it down to 2-on-2 as he takes out Naf with that op. Shazam still with his. So we very may well get that sniper duel. Let's see what happens. Oh, Shazam missing a bit of a free kill. Converts it anyway. His buddy Stan's been taken out by a hand grenade. And this is certainly the sniper duel. Shazam tries to take the Tech 9 to it, and Pimp actually brings out the USP. Dignitas will find the third.
Yeah, and op, USP wins. Dignitas put a round on the board. And in that situation, I think Shazam almost saved his team. I don't even know who actually got that kill on site, but either way, Conquest still 7-3. Dignitas have won this round on an island. It's after 4 rounds. It's not exactly the worst position, but it did come down to that 1v1 once again. So, you know, we hate to repeat ourselves, but this is a crucial round for Dignitas' economy, and it could be a 3-for-1 for Conquest.
And the FAMAS for Tensky. And Pimp going into B this time, but the rush is so fast. There's Nap with the opener. Kirby not able to get anything. AZ does convert a nade kill. Now pulls out his gun, shoots down Nap. That'll bring it into that 3-on-3. Rotations coming over. They've got smokes though for the site. They just got to get the bomb down, cover the left side of this rectangle. Will AZ decide to do anything crazy? He's going to get inside of the smoke right now. Will push through, has spotted Stan jumping. He'll be caught. Shazam from up top, though, headshot onto AZ's rush, just playing on the backside of the tree. He's able to trade out that frag, so that'll bring it into the 1v1 on the bomb through the smoke. A rush hits the shot, and that's going to wreck the economy of Dignitas.
That was actually really nice from Shazam. Boots it up, jumped up right between the legs of the statue. And I guess that's why they call him Crazy AZ.
Exactly. Everybody calls him that.
Everyone calls him that. And let's see if it is going to be a 2-for-1 or a 3-for-1, excuse me. We're going to see the save here for Dignitas. And again, the quota on CT side isn't going to be as great as on T side for any team. I feel like they are always going to assume they have a chance going into the T side of Cobble, but that doesn't mean that they don't need at least 6 to 7 rounds.
Where did Shazam even find that frag? Gets it with the op, takes down MSL. And Dignitas has fanned out AZ with the deagle, just hoping someone comes through the drop window. Tensky on the headshot ledge. Pimp at the first candidate in the A site. Kirby floating over at B. And also floating towards B is the bulk of Conquest with one man lurking. That's going to be Stanislaw at the end of the A tunnels, but it's going to be Kirby to be tested now at B. Daps looks like he's taking point. Stan on the lurk actually kills Tensky. So 2 people on the A site right now for Dignitas. Clearly the wrong side of the map to be, and Stan just fighting pistols with an AK, getting those shots, getting those frags. Pimp all alone now on the wrong side. Bomb about to be planted in B, and Stan's just falling back. I guess he doesn't want to die and give this AK away. It would allow Pimp to save. If he gets a kill here, this could be pretty big going into round 13. Pimp will turn and doesn't find the frag, so no worry about an AK on that CT defense going into the next round.
Look at these Conquest fans. Oh my god.
They're ready to go.
Running rampant. All right, so you got to be
they're saying your name wrong. I thought it was Launders.
Launders. No, let's not talk about that. You are going to be the Dignitas caster, and I guess I'll be the Conquest caster.
What does that mean? So we're just going by hashtag bias casting?
Hashtag, yeah. Okay, there we go.
All right, there we go.
Oh, we got love for both sides. It sounds good to me.
Don't cheer us, cheer the players.
No, cheer us.
9-3. There's Kirby starting things off right, but Rush answering right back takes him out. So the trade is made. Here's AZ spraying and finds a kill, drops the bomb. They've got that intel. We'll see the rotation now coming from MSL. Oh, I thought he was going to go up. That would have been quite a play. Daps continuing things here into the B site. Daps again. So he's got 2. Man advantage now the way of Conquest. Could they get into the double digits? And they do. Daps just on a murdering spree. 4K into the B site right there.
I can't lie. I feel like they're giving them energy. Like, I think this is a direct transfer of energy right now. And yeah, there's definitely electric in the crowd here. That was such a good round. I mean, they're just doing a great job trading, right? It's a simple strat. You can go along B. We've seen it happen a million times. Sometimes a CT with an M4A1 standing on the tree gets a double spray down. His teammate trades the third kill, and then it's all over. The rush is shut down. Every single time Conquest has decided to go along B and go out quick, they end up getting the trades pretty decisively. And that's been the story of this half so far. I mean, it's got to be frustrating for Dignitas, who originally were playing that 2-3 and did secure a few early rounds, but at this point are not even looking competitive. And I think that's got to be rough on their confidence. But that being said, if they do seal up that 5, I think they will have a strong T side, and we will see a long match.
All right, so MSL is hearing things. He's hearing multiple nades at the same time, so he knows at least more than one in this mid room. The smoke's gone down. He's only got a CZ, so of course, limited ammunition to deal damage with. No one's actually even going up to long A. Naf might decide to double back. Here's Daps. He's made it out of danger. He'll get caught off guard. MSL's got an AK now. And still that Mag 7 of AZ watching the platform here. Was every souvenir drop a sand dune? Like, honestly.
I think so.
All right, here's AZ. He's definitely the man to watch right now. There's the first frag that drops the bomb, catches a second.
Whoa.
Picks up that AK, finds a third. Tensky getting in there as well. Dignitas with the 4th round.
We can absolutely give it up for that 3K. That was really nice. That was a great hold.
Ton of money coming in for that too. But into the last round.
Yeah, into the last round. I mean, they definitely needed that. And again, I'm saying they get this 5 rounds. They're going to keep it competitive. It's going to be a real half of them next half. And Conquest know this. I mean, they're not going to sleep on Dignitas whatsoever. This is going to be stiff competition no matter how you look at it. And starting out the round, Dignitas are going to be splitting up right into a 4B strat. But Stan, we've seen him lurk. Sometimes it's at A, sometimes at B. Sometimes he's not lurking, though. And
yeah,
right
I actually
now,
really like that.
Yeah, he is doing. He's a man of many faces.
Many hats.
Many hats. I think that's the...
That Launders would sign and spell his name wrong on those hats. All right, so we got, who is that in the Enclave? AZ holding out in that spot where patience is definitely a virtue. We see so many plays from this position. See if he can make one. Molotov going out though, uh-oh. And he drops the bomb. Will burn to Daps. So it gets a kill, gets some information. It is still a trade to go 4-on-4 and a ton of time on the clock. So
but they've conceded.
Doesn't look like they're backing off.
They've conceded map control. There's 45 seconds left, and the rotates are over towards B. So Conquest are not in a happy spot right now. They've gotten the 1-for-1 trade, but all the information is on the side of the Dignitas. So if they manage to take B like this, and that smoke actually missed. That's a huge deal. Oh, that's a huge deal.
Yes,
that puts that into an entry.
Shazam still alive, surviving that spray down, and actually shooting his teammate. So a bit of friendly fire right there. Stanislaw going to make up for it, though. And it's MSL. 1v4.
Did I just hear ShamWow?
I think so.
Does he clean up the competition?
I think he might. Here's MSL trying to spray through those paper-thin doors, but he can't get it done. Conquest
all right.
with 11 rounds in the first half. Now flipping over to CT side. Dignitas limited to 4.
Okay. Let's go Canada.
Yeah, it's true, right?
This is not just NA. This is Canada.
Repping the Canadian flag. How does that make you feel?
I'll absolutely be biased about this.
All right.
While I drink my milk out of a bag.
Yeah, that has got to be the weirdest thing ever.
It's the worst invention.
Yeah, I don't know who thought putting milk in bags was a good idea.
It's a horrible idea. I hate it.
All right, so taking a look at some of the playmakers, we've got AZ at 14 frags right now.
Honestly, I almost never look at efficacy, but Stan with 15 kills has 20 efficacy.
Yeah, 20, round up slightly, 20.2.
Wow, and look at the clutch kills across the board. That is so telling because we don't see someone who has a monster scoreline, like 15 kills. I mean, that 1v3 on the pistol on top of that is just enough, but then we have like multiple clutch kills here, and I'm just recalling these rounds and thinking back and seeing like how many important rounds Conquest were able to irk out, and they got a 3-for-1. They've gotten a couple of 2-for-1s. Dignitas have been on an eco more than half of this half. Yeah, and the only round that went to Dignitas on the clutches was when it was Pimp versus Shazam. They both had ops, but it ended Tech9 versus USP, and the USP from Pimp won. So the only round that went down to the wire, Pimp won it for them, but the other, I mean, at least 4 clutch rounds going over to Conquest. Yeah. We're looking at a very different scoreline. If we just start with the pistol, Stanislaw getting that 1v3 is enormous. So I think that's just a fantastic play that I want to watch back. Yeah, so of course, I mean, with the scoreline that's this drastic, this different, only 4 rounds, Dignitas needs to start things off
really strong on the pistol round. And oh, look at that. The poll has changed quite dramatically. Yeah. The crowd here is just literally cheering at numbers.
These goddamn odds players.
Yeah, so 58% for Dignitas now. And of course, you can tweet hashtag MLG CEVO S8. Hashtag Conquest if you think they'll take it. Hashtag Dignitas if you think they will take it. And that's for the whole match. It is a full best of 3.
Literally creating Twitter accounts as we speak.
Yeah, should have gone for Cool Ranch Doritos.
Oh, there it is, the shout out.
All right. Don't follow that.
Blocked and reported.
So they do actually have some time at halftime, and it seems like I'm not sure if there's a holdup or if Dignitas is actually taking time.
That's our man Stan in the middle.
Yeah,
he's not talking. And let's look over at Dignitas and see if there's some discussion going on.
I mean, you don't need to talk when you're fragging like this.
Yeah, no. But this pistol round is crucially important. I mean, we've seen these halves just turn into such long games, and it looks like we are getting right into the pistol round now. And
very important one for Dignitas.
Using that halftime. Yeah. They didn't expect 15, 30-second rounds. Yeah, they did move quick. And we did anticipate that.
Yeah, I mean, we expected it.
Yeah, putting that pressure on. Dignitas, we talked about working a little bit slowly, which we might see come to fruition in this half. They will have more control of how long a round pans out, whereas Conquest are going to have to sit in sights to some extent. And wow, what a nice shot to start off the round. But comes out 1 for 1.
Finds the first, and Kirby actually has the Tech 9 with no armor. A lot of times you'll see it be thrown over to the people with Kevlar to fight the aim punch. But Rush lining up 2 headshots just like that. Got to be demoralizing to Dignitas, but they can only just keep on fighting. MSL trying to go past the door, but he can't do it. Stan with 2. Let the bullets do the talking.
Oh my God, we got a mosh pit.
Yeah, we almost had would be that first esports mosh pit? Because that was pretty close.
There we go. And man, that's 2 pistols. That's 2 pistols and a half. Like, I mean, honestly, what more do you need? They've got the 12th round. They're going to move into this round. They didn't get. They managed to avoid getting eco'd at least 5 times in the first half. Dignitas are going to be force buying. Conquest are going to fully expect this. But again, Dignitas have had great reads on their eco rounds. So far, it seems Conquest have had the edge, even in terms of
They've been very good
sights.
at avoiding, at least when you flip the sides back to what it was in the first half. They were very good at avoiding the pistol force buys in any of the stacks. We'll see if it translates to the CT side.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
And Dap's getting really close. Actually hurts 3 people significantly. Now here's Fly looking to farm it up with that shotgun, but he can't do it. Look at Dignitas now getting that entry. It's just Shazam on rotation. It looks like Dignitas has done it here.
Honestly, in the face of taking like 200-300 damage in a matter of seconds, Dignitas turned it around and answered back with a couple of quick headshots. Like, that was pretty amazing. They forced their way into the site in similar fashion to the way Conquest did that to them. And so I wonder if we see like a stylistic matchup that means that on T side, there are going to be explosive entries that are going to be hard to stop. And from that perspective, if that is the theme of the map, should we see Conquest play more aggressively, get in their faces a little bit more, try to go for information? Assuming that Dignitas decide to play fast, well, we'll definitely find out. Now the scoreline is 5-12, and because they won that eco, I think they're suddenly fully back in this.
Yeah, we talk about this all the time. Winning the second round as the terrorists after the pistol is honestly so much better. It puts the CT's economy in a bad position. It gets them at a spot where they're like, you know what, let's just force buy again. Maybe we can break them. You get in that game of economic chicken, and the CTs generally lose that.
Actually, you know what's interesting? Like that's characteristic of EU teams that we've always casted, and we never see that with NA teams. They've taken a long time to catch up to the force up after losing versus a force up meta, and I think that it's still a viable decision to not force up versus it. Maybe you lost too much equipment value and would put yourself to jeopardy to try and re-force up. But yeah, in this situation, they decided to save for whatever reason. And Shazam is a man with a kit and a scout and armor. So
it'll either have to be a double eco or a bit of a half buy into the next round, because they're not getting a lot of money for this, and they certainly don't have a lot now. Or Stanislav can just start getting headshots. He's brought down Tensky.
And that's always the risk you run when you try to peek something by yourself. I mean, versus players that are going to take risks and put yourself in a great position to get a headshot. And look at this quick rotate back to A. Will be met with aggression.
Actually connecting to Naf, who's then shot down by MSL. He also got Stan before that. Shazam trying to do something with this scout and that armor. He may just decide to save again. They might as well at this point. Just let Rush and Daps try to do any more damage, maybe get away with one of those rifles.
Yeah, the most you want to do is like try to keep players in the bomb site, defending and going down with the ship, but ultimately that won't be necessary on this Conquest.
Nice one. All right, Pimp finds 2, and that's going to be $1,200 for him as he gets those frags with the UMP and Shazam just hiding out. He's all the way back.
I mean, Shazam is definitely saving like $3,000 worth of equipment if you put it in perspective. So.
Yeah, 3,100 if you count the US. If you don't count the US.
Oh,
but Pimp
and he does
denies
go down.
it.
Yeah, I mean
that third kill.
That is a deal. I mean, they ultimately will have to save anyway. So yeah, he could have put that scout to more work, and that is a big find for Dignitas, who
Ooh, the Zeus.
now have a 1-to-2 ratio in rounds here.
I think this is the first Zeus that we've seen so far casting here.
Oh, I just looked into my soul a little
bit. Since we re-enabled them on the CEVO plugin. But here it is. Where is Shazam playing with that? He's going to be going into danger.
It makes much more sense with 200. You know, you can just like, you can find a spot on a round where you do have an extra couple $100 and it makes sense to buy it. It was really broken when you could buy it on the pistol round on top of your armor. That just didn't really make any sense at all.
Well, let's see if he can be rewarded for that. Pimp still with that UMP. Picked up $1,800 last round. Started this round with 7.1K. Had to buy a couple more nades as another opportunity to pick up a ton of cash. Shazam here in those footsteps. Pimp will actually go down. Got one. Traded out by Rush.
Yeah, it is 4v4. I mean, and if someone comes up long V to try to trade here, they're going to get
there. It is! Now, if that's not a crowd-pleasing kill, I don't know what is. Now MSL trying to figure out what to do. Tensky, meanwhile, over in the drop room. Does spot a player hopping up. And what Nap actually with the deagle onto AZ.
And the flank.
And Tensky now getting pushed on all sides. Stan will bring him down, so it's MSL by himself. He does have the bomb for him at least. He's going to smoke off the connector, and he does just have to deal with Shazam for a couple more seconds. The rotations are coming in fairly quick. He's going to post up for it, but Rush through the vent with the headshot.
4 alive on the full eco. How high are they riding right now? Conquest, 13 rounds. 2 away from match point, 3 away from winning the round, and we can see the frustration in the faces of Dignitas. I mean, that is a tough one to lose. I mean, especially when you were dishing it out all day.
Yeah,
to get a dish back to you.
Dignitas, of course, was a bit of a success story after we've seen their first couple matches here. They played well. A lot better than people would have expected with the changes. And Conquest, of course, the big underdog of this tournament, playing way better than anyone would have thought. And in a position to...
Tensky tried to get it long B quite often. You know, they've denied that. And so that's a lot of information. They got the man advantage. And again, the man advantage is so important. As long as you don't blow it.
Yeah, Nat finding that first kill is nice. And a bit of nade damage onto Kirby. Santaslaw trying to whittle them down, has a smoke too, buying some more time. That'll push it under the minute mark once that, unless they want to push through it. Let's see. There are some flashes here. They're going to go right through it. Stan is body blocking them up a little bit. I'm not sure they noticed. He's just waited in that smoke. They think it's clear, but it's not. Stan making the big plays. Trying to, does actually get the double. He was trying to conserve that ammunition. It almost was a very awkward play, but he finds 2 in the end. So it's up to Kirby and AZ. AZ with a nice headshot onto Rush. Very aware someone might be in the site. There's Kirby to find Shazam. So 2 on 2. And they come back from a 2 on 4. They've actually are in the driver's seat of the round right now, having planted a 2 on 2 post plant. Kirby brings down Naf, and now it's going to be up to Daps. He does have a kit, but he doesn't have any utility. And it's going to be tough to isolate these 1v1s. He spotted a man, I think, at the shadow coming off the ledge.
Wow.
And Kirby.
What a shot.
A nice 3K there.
Yeah, 5 kills between the 2 of them. Insane 2v4. Was that not 2v5? Or I guess they got Stan before the rest of their teammates died, but that was quite a round for them. I mean, they came out, they hit shots. Everybody was just trying to trade, simply get the kill that they were supposed to, and they all got first bulleted. So, I mean, there's nothing else to say but besides the fact that Dignitas didn't really give them any time to group up and make decision about how they were going to play more safely. I mean, they really did a good job putting the pressure on in that situation. And you got to take risks, you know, if you're the one down. And again, they did win that 4v5, but
Kirby
more importantly, 2v4.
Continuing the domination, finding another kill after closing out the last one with the 3K. Starts this one off with the first kill. And Stan actually has that auto shotgun, the XM1014. He's taking it out into long.
I always think of the radio station.
Yeah, that does kind of sound like a radio station. Let's see. He might go untested. There's 2 in B, 2 in A right now for Conquest, so they are spread pretty thin. If Dignitas were to group up and go somewhere, you can see 1 at long B and 2 in drop. It would be Rush to defend from this position.
When I see angles like these, I always think, like, are these practice angles? This must be an angle where you've had a little bit of success from him. Wow, peeking right into MSL and taking that frag for himself.
Yeah, he's pretty low. He's been brought down to 19.
And look at this, look at this. Stan has pushed A. They know it's going to be a B hit.
Yeah, that's a lot of information gathered. And Naf, 2 kills with the op. The bomb has been dropped. It's up to AZ and Pimp right now. Daps brings out AZ and Stan from behind with the shotgun. Kirby, he gets that first kill, but there's nothing after that. Conquest up to 14 right now, and not a lot of money for Dignitas. It's going to be Tech9's armor and some nades coming out into round 22.
Huge round. Pats on the shoulder from Pauly. And I wonder how much he's doing as a caller and coach, or just the coach. If he's actually taking part in contributing to strat. So that's insane that they steal back. From that 2v4, they steal it back with another half buy, force buy. I mean, yeah, Stan getting that info was so important.
We see Dignitas buying for the win here, so if they lose this, it's going to be an easy closeout for Conquest as Daps gets 2 and a spray down Naf with an op kill from KFC, maybe good for another. It's pretty low at the moment, and Tensky will find the flank. 2-on-2 retake situation with Stanislaw and Shazam moving on in. Tensky's also picked himself up an op.
Shazam knows that there's an op over at KFC. He's completely shoring.
Oh,
wow,
Tensky though.
Good patience, good patience.
Loses out on that battle. AZ has the bomb, hasn't had a chance to plant the bomb quite yet. He's going to try to work it into a 1 versus 1 if he can. Maybe just kill them both.
It seems as though they made absolutely no noise moving in the drop, and you know, playing the 2v1 together is textbook. They're actually moving back out.
I mean, they can just let him plant. It's not, money's not that big of an issue, honestly. And Shazam knows that he hit that shot, finishes him off with the secondary.
Yeah, he saw blood and he smelled it too. And there it is. He's got the sleeves rolled up.
He does.
Does he?
Let's see. He's on the very end, right? Nah, sleeves are not rolled up.
He's not in his final form.
Not, yeah, that could be scary.
And yeah, Conquest on match point now.
And it's the same thing here in this round for Dignitas. They've just got the Tech9's armor and the nades. Hype. Hey, don't get on my drawings, CEVO Kevin S. That's my territory. Kirby's actually got out of the drop. Pimp has found that first kill. Nap behind the rock. That's up to Daps, trying to stop him in drop, but he cannot do it. Pinched on both sides right there. A lot falling on Shazam right now on this retake. Looking at the money. I mean, honestly, they can try to go for it. They've got a round buffer. Shazam with that Tech9 will find Pimp. Surprise with the man advantage, pushing a smoke like that into the connector.
Taking a huge risk for sure. MSL actually just nading right into the door, knowing a rotate's about to come out.
Yeah, and Stan tries to work his way out of drop. He'll go down. Shazam wants to push the smoke. He falls. And, I mean, money was not very good for Conquest. Like, realistically, if this was a closer match score-wise, they probably would have gone for the save. I think they feel comfortable with the round buffer, but Conquest has nothing to work with going into round 24.
Yeah, right now, I mean, they just they don't have a lot. And Dignitas won that just full Tech9s on their rush. They've done it on a round before, and they managed to just hit their entries. They've got really sick aim. They've got insane pistols, obviously, and they made it work. Now, they're going to have quite a big buy here, but it did come down to the wire. I mean, they are relatively low. We do see Pimp having a blow. I mean, that's definitely a goodwill gun.
Kirby with another first kill and helping out on that one, but AZ finds the frag onto Shazam. Again, just the pistols here for Conquest. Rush hurrying his way over, finds a quick kill on MSL. Can't get nothing done over the headshot ledge. Daps is a smoke on balcony trying to get through. Tensky won't let it happen. And it's Nap with the deagle. Go through the hole in the wall and then be shot in the face.
Yep. So actually only a 6-round differential now. I mean, you know, who are the comeback kids, right? We've seen Dignitas come, bring it close, win, bring it close, lose.
I mean, they didn't make that comeback against VP earlier.
Yep, they did. And Conquest, actually, that was a 3-for-1 round, that versus those Tech9s. I mean, Dignitas have earned their way into the double digits with this 10. If unless Conquest pull off something amazing once again, I wouldn't put it past them at the same time. You can't expect it.
Well, I mean, Conquest have a couple eco rounds under their belt in this match. Here they go for just that half buy, managing that money so that they can bind the next, but buying enough to have a bit of an increased chance on this round. Some pistols, armor, and just the scout.
That flash that AZ threw, remember that?
Oh yeah, it bounces high so that it can peek. It expects people to be turning.
Yep.
Is that how we got the first kill?
Yeah, no, that's what he did to Fugly that round on the yesterday. But no,
He's
AZ
got one
just
more
taking
flash
it
if he wants
slow.
to try it again.
Yeah, very happy to get that man advantage really quick with a quick aggressive peek and then take it slow. In the previous round, Stanislaw actually won the duel versus him, and then the round fell apart because he actually got that kill. But we have an A push.
And a jump scouting Shazam here behind the statue. It's a little easier to be punished now. He does tag up one, allows Nafly to finish him off there. And Shazam actually getting a scout kill, and Stan with the pistols. Shazam, again, putting the blood in the water for these pistols to just go ahead and feast. Stan, 1 versus 1. Deagle versus that AK, both will one shot to the face.
Will he assume that Stan is taking a long way around? I mean, there's a lot of psychology that goes into this 1v1. AZ can pick up the bomb and plant it, but he's only got so much time. He actually doesn't have a great place to plant, but luckily for him, he has a smoke to do it. So, oh, this is interesting. He's not planting by the smoke, though he is spotted, and he will be cleared, however.
Oh my God, he actually gets the kill.
No way they do it again.
The 1-2 punch from that Deagle. Shazam with the 1 versus 1. So many close rounds, a lot of clutches. Stan with the 3K on the last round. He did everything. He's calling, he's lurking, he's flanking, he's opening up sights.
You hate to see it.
I mean, you certainly do if you're Dignitas or a Dignitas fan.
We need to see those Twitter odds one more time.
Yeah, there's like completely gone the other way, I'm sure.
Wow, unreal map from Conquest, and Jesus, so many ecos, so many force-ups. They just they killed it the whole way through, and I don't think anyone was expecting them to win that round. That was just really fantastic. Shazam actually did like 300 damage, I think. Got a kill for himself, tagged up 2 people
two
at least.
assists and a kill with that scout on that last round, jumping behind the statue, and so that was fantastic. They had killed a few people through the 5-hole of the statue a few times, but not on that round. Shazam was getting away with it. The pistols and nice from Stan.
You know, and they did that 4v5. I mean, like, AZ Kit got that drop, that kill at drop. That was super crucial. I mean, they maybe sniffed out the snack, sniffed out the snack. But
it's been a long day.
Stan pushing A there was integral, and he got away with that. He almost never got killed pushing A. He just picked all the right rounds to do it.
Well, this was the one map that everyone did give to Conquest, and with good reason, right? To see that performance, it was nice. And let's now see what the desk thinks about it. Guys, take it away.
Thank you, gentlemen. Again, Richard, you did call this map would go to Conquest. You did call it 2-0. Your fan base is heckling you now.
Yeah, listen, keep making me famous, boys.
This is the loudest 25 people I've ever heard in an esports event. They're losing their minds.
You haven't seen Duncan when he's doing his stand-up show.
He's just get nutty.
Yeah. Oh, it gets a bit blue after 10.
Panties get thrown, bras come off. So again, I mean, it's, you can't deny solid play by Conquest. They hit all their shots.
Hey, look, man.
They played smart.
I'll tell you this.
Shazam.
Stanislaw was kind of the one player I didn't really know a great deal about. Maybe wasn't really, we didn't even really highlight him at all in sort of the pre-match. But he was great. I mean, with pistols, this kid's as dangerous as anyone has seen in an A. I mean, he really, like, that 1v3, I think it was, he got right at the start to set the tone and give him that first pistol was ridiculous. The second kill in that 1v3 was just beast mode.
Yeah.
So, and they had so many ecos and force buys over the course of the tournament, and he was getting kills in all of them. He was like instrumental. And then he saw right at the end, of course, gets that 1v1 with the Deagle with only 19 HP. So he had a great game. I mean, just overall, it was interesting because Naf was kind of the disappointing one. He didn't really do a great deal. But again, same old story for Dignitas. AZ, standout player, and everyone else not really sort of able to get there. But as I said, fancy Conquest for this one. Don't think they'll be winning train.
Yeah, the game was kind of stood on its head because you'd figure if Conquest was going to be in with a shout, it'd be Naf doing it, it'd be Shazam. They had relatively quiet games. Instead, it was Stanislaw who's the one. I think, as far as I know, Stanislaw is the player who I think used to be called Rix, RYX. I believe he changed his name. He used to be like an invite player back in 1.6 at the very end. He was actually the player who, from what I remember, in that game I referenced before when they were Tempo Storm at Season 7 finals against Na'Vi, the Na'Vi game on Inferno, where it was like triple overtime. I think he was the player who had the best performance in that series, so that was kind of his breakout single map there. He had a very good map here, obviously. We did say, like, yeah, it would be competitive, but I mean, there was a reason why this team looked good earlier, Conquest on this
for
map.
sure.
Obviously, different people who were going off there, but they look like the inspired team right now. Dignitas looked like they didn't know what they were getting into when they were playing against that team, what to expect from them. You could see, even from very early on in the map, even if they were down in situations, they had this weird, you almost had this weird sense that, oh, they can win this 1v2 here, they'd get the first kills, oh, we'll win this 1v3 here. Normally, teams with the underdogs, that's where they're supposed to crumble, under the weight of knowing, like, oh, I'm playing a couple of good players here, and it's the team that's got a lot more experience than me. So at the moment, it looks like the parts are there for some crazy upset. With that said, this is going to be tough now, because, yeah, you took care of the first map, you got Cobble, but now you're going to Train. Unless you're some secret wizards of Train, it's probably going to be bad, because Train's, at the moment, the only map in the game that almost every team who's not good on it just gets straight shut out.
Yeah.
Even on Cobble, people are starting to learn the metagame on that. Overpass, people have been forced to play it. Train's the only one where if you're not a Train team and you play somebody who's good on Train, you just get locked out on both sides. So this is where, for Conquest, I mean, really, if you want to cause the upset, you better just keep it going. You better go ham here. But if you don't, you might just let Dignitas right back in.
We'll see if Stannis Domanis can, keep wrecking heads with pistols. Obviously, if he can do that and get them off to a good start, then anything can happen. As I said, they did beat Team Liquid on Train, but I just don't know how much of a scalp that is in the grand scheme of things.
In many ways, I'm sure that Stannis just got pimped to bow before him. It was like, it's customary.
The North American heroes have re-entered the arena.
It's customary.
I mean, what they have to watch out for.
I was probably trying to say something.
Oh, listen, they're losing their minds now. Paulie, I think, is going to get poached and become the Team Liquid coach. This whole team's going to get crazy. But anyway, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
I'll still get paid anyway, guys.
When we come back,
UPC, bro.
we're going to talk about Train after the break.
Yep.
See you then, folks.